So, have you seen ads like this floating around your feed lately? Maybe it's a travel influencer grabbing her Aero Sleek travel brush for a quick trip. Or maybe you're hearing a podcast where someone is just raving about how Yerba burn supplements got rid of their cravings. I mean, they look real, they sound totally legit, but what if they're not? What if none of it is real? Because the line between what's real and what's artificial, well, it's getting really, really blurry. And here's the kicker. That's the truth. Every single pixel you were just looking at was made by AI. The clips, the actors, the products they're holding, even the words they're saying, it can all be completely generated by artificial intelligence, which means none of that was ever real. And this pushes us into a totally new and, let's be honest, kind of weird new chapter for advertising. We're at a point where telling the difference between a real person and a digital puppet is becoming almost impossible. So, how does this even work? And what does it all mean for us? All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we're going to dive into the psychology of why these ads are so darn effective. Then, we'll pop the hood and see how they're actually built. We'll look at some jaw-dropping examples, and then we'll get to the big one. What happens next? Welcome to the age of the AI-generated influencer. And we're not just talking about fake pictures. No, these are moving, talking, persuasive personalities that are built from the ground up with code and algorithms. They look, sound, and act just like the creators you follow every day. But to get why they're so powerful, we have to look at the psychology that they're tapping into. So, to really understand why this AI technology is a total game changer, we first need to talk about something called user-generated content, or UGC for short. It's the secret sauce. It's the engine that makes all of this work so well. So what is UGC? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's content that looks like it was made by a normal person, not some giant corporation. It has that vibe of a friend just giving you a recommendation. It's a little raw, it's super relatable, and here's the most important part. We trust it way more than some slick, polished TV commercial. And that's really the core difference, right? A traditional ad is trying to sell you something. You can feel it. But UGC feels like someone is sharing something with you, an experience. We trust people, especially people who seem just like us. And that's exactly why even the biggest companies in the world are pouring their money into making ads that look just like this. This quote just nails it. The best user-generated ads don't even register as ads. It feels like you're watching a personal video, like someone is just on FaceTime with their best friend. It's that exact personal, authentic feeling that AI has now learned to replicate perfectly. Okay, so the big question, how is this actually done? Let's go to the next section and pull back the curtain. We're going to use that hairbrush ad from the beginning as our guide and see how you can build one of these things from zero with just a couple of clicks and prompts. When you boil it down, it's really a four-step process. First, you design your digital actor. Then, you tell the AI what you want that actor to say. After that, the AI spits out a bunch of video clips of your actor performing that script. And finally, you just stitch those clips together in a video editor. And what is just wild is how easy the tools make it. You can literally start with a single photo, type in a prompt like concerned girl with messy hair, and boom, you've got your before actor. Then for the after shot, you can just change the prompt to something like, make the actor hold a black brush with curly hair. And the AI doesn't just change her hair, it can even change the color of the product in her hand. You just feed it a script from something like ChatGPT, and the whole system just generates clip after clip for you to edit. But this technology is not just for one type of ad. Not at all. Its versatility is what makes it so revolutionary. So let's take a look at a few other really powerful ways this is already being used. First up, virtual fashion models. Okay, so let's say you're selling leggings. Instead of going through the whole process of hiring a model, booking a studio, getting a photographer, you can now just generate a custom model from scratch to show off your product. And the power here is just the complete creative freedom. You can put your AI avatar in literally anything. A dress, pants, a sweater, you name it. You can change the model, the clothes, the background, all with just a few words and a text prompt. The amount of time and money that saves is just staggering. All right, now for what might be the most powerful and, frankly, kind of spooky example, faking an entire podcast clip. I mean, think about it. You don't need to rent a studio, you don't need expensive mics, you don't even need real people. So why is that such a big deal? Well, there's this built-in trust that comes with a podcast format. When we see somebody sitting there with a microphone talking in a conversational way, our brains are just wired to believe them. And now, AI can replicate that entire high-trust environment to have a completely fake person endorse a product, and to our eyes, it looks totally legit.
So, where does this all leave us? Let's jump into our final section here and talk about how this is fundamentally changing not just marketing, but maybe reality itself. So on one hand, the future this creates is one of just mind-blowing efficiency. You can have hyper-personalized ads made instantly for next to nothing. Marketers can test 1,000 different versions to find the one that works best. But all that efficiency comes at a cost, and it's a big one. It's leading us straight into an authenticity crisis. If AI can perfectly fake a genuine recommendation, how will we ever know what's real and what's not? And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? The tech has gotten so good, so seamless, that even the people making these ads sometimes can't tell the difference anymore. And if they can't tell, there's no way the average person scrolling on their phone is going. Which just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The next time you're scrolling and you see an ad that just feels right, it feels personal, it feels relatable, it feels completely authentic, how can you be so sure that it is? That line between what's real and what's an algorithm, it's disappearing, one pixel at a time.